What is the best credit card for purchasing airfare? And you probably got it in your head right now. I know what that card is. It's the card I use. Well, I think you'll be shocked to find out, depending on several different factors, it could be 6 different credit cards. And one of those credit cards you've probably never even heard of before. So stick around and find out what that card is, because we're going to cover that one extensively. First things first, if you find any value in this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Also, I'll be referencing a website, which is my own, richwithpoints.com. It's totally free. It's a one-click process to sign up. I don't have any ads over there. It's just there to help me do research and reference on the channel, and I thought you guys might enjoy using it as well. So as I mentioned, we're trying to find the best credit card for purchasing airfare. Now the categories we're gonna break this up into are no annual fee cards and cards that we don't care if it has an annual fee or not. Then we're gonna break it up into redemption preference of I redeem my points in the travel portal, or I redeem my points by transferring those points to transfer partners. Huge difference between those two methods of point redemption when picking out your card. And then we're also going to add 2 more categories, which are purchasing airfare straight from the airline and purchasing airfare in the bank's travel portal. Big difference in point earnings between those two as well. So as you can see, that's a lot to cover. I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible. I don't want this to be an hour-long video. So I'm not gonna cover all the cards in detail. I'm just gonna point out which cards they are, give a quick overview, and then one card near the end of the video I'm gonna go in depth with because you've probably never heard about it, and it's a monster card. Okay, first we're gonna cover no annual fee cards. We're gonna set our redemption preference to transfer partners. That means we're going to use our points that we earn and transfer those over, because those are gonna be valued at a different value than if we're just redeeming in the travel portal. We're gonna cover airfare directly with the airline and also airfare purchased through a bank travel portal. Okay, so let's go to richwithpoints.com. We're gonna go over to the My Profile page and ensure that we have transfer partners set. And if you're new to my channel, this is how we tell the website how we prefer as a user to redeem our points. So do we take our points that we earn and generally transfer those over to partners to get a better value for those points? We give you what that value is based on the pointsguy.com's valuations for bank points and for airline and hotel points. And we normalize those so you're looking at apples to apples across the board at what those points are valued at. Later, we'll change this to travel portal redemptions so that we can see what the difference is if we redeem our points in the travel portals, the bank travel portals or the airline travel portals, because that changes what the value of those points are, so it changes which cards are better. Since we are traveling, I'm gonna omit cash only, since that's generally for people that are team cash and aren't really traveling and just redeeming their points for a statement credit or whatever. We'll skip that one for this one because obviously we're traveling if we're redeeming for airfare. Okay, so now we're gonna go over to the best cards section, and you can see all the categories here. I've pinned some of my common categories that I use at the top. We're gonna just cover airfare and airfare through the portal. Those are gonna be 2 different categories. We'll cover each one. So for no annual fee cards, using transfer partners as our redemption preference with airfare, the best card is the Wells Fargo Autograph. Now you'll notice that I have some filters up here. If you're not new to my channel, this may look a little different because this changed recently. I put, instead of check boxes across the top like it used to be, everything is nice and neat in this little panel that slides out with some extra detail so that you can really understand what these options are doing when you filter these out or filter these in the case up here. And then we note which ones you have enabled or disabled across the top. So if you wanted to get rid of partner, you just click on it, it gets rid of it. To add anything back in, you can come here and click that. Now we have filtered out annual fees because we want to start with just no annual fee cards. We filtered out business cards for this video. We filtered out inactive cards. So these are cards that you can no longer apply to, for example, the US Bank Altitude Reserve. You can no longer apply to that, so we won't include that in this video. And then partnered cards, so cards that are a little bit odd, you know, like the American Express Platinum Schwab, which, you know, it's partnered with Schwab, but basically the same card exists from the bank. So we have partnered cards filtered out too. And that's going to include airlines and hotels, which you can filter those out individually as well, but partnered just kind of covers it all. We're going to stick with just bank cards for now. So like I said, the Wells Fargo autograph is the winner under these parameters. I'm not gonna go in depth because I don't have time to do that. I have other videos where I go very in depth on this card. Here's one right here where I cover the Wells Fargo trifecta or quadfecta, however you wanna look at it. But it does have access to transfer partner access, which gives it a 1.6 cents per point value when transferring to transfer partners. If you turn that off, you can see that their travel category gives you 3x points. If you transfer those over to your transfer partners, the average point value is going to be 1.6 cents per each point that you earn. So we do that calculation for you to kind of show you how many points it's worth when you compare it to other cards that say you're only getting 1 cent per point. So how this card does so well on Airfare is it gets 3x on Airfare, and it doesn't matter in the portal, out of the portal, it doesn't matter. And then the value of those points, 1.6 when transferring to partners. All right, so we're gonna come back out, and now we're gonna go to Airfare through the portal, and we have a different winner this time. So when you're purchasing Airfare in the portal, you're gonna get 5x on either of these Freedom cards, the Freedom Flex, the Freedom Unlimited. I'm sure most of you watching this video are very familiar with both of these cards, so I'm not gonna go crazy on this either. You do have the ability to transfer these points as well to another card, but since we're dealing in no annual fee cards, I won't include that, but it earns 5x in the portal on Airfare, which makes it number one. So does the Unlimited. I do have a very in-depth video on both the Chase Freedom cards in this video, which I will link below as well. So now we're gonna cover cards that we don't care if they have an annual fee or not. Again, we're gonna still stay in the transfer partner redemption preference. We're gonna cover Airfare purchased directly with the airline and then also purchased in a bank travel portal. So first we'll dive into the Airfare, and then now we have the no annual fee filter turned off, so it will show cards with annual fees. Still, we have business turned off, we have inactive cards turned off, and we have partner cards turned off. So the number one card for Airfare in this scenario is the American Express Platinum, and we're getting 5x on Airfare, but with its point value when transferred to partners, you're getting 2 cents per point based on the pointguy.com's valuation. The value of those 5 points are 10x instead of just 5. Now, once again, I have a full in-depth video on the American Express Platinum that you can watch either on the site or link below. And again, the reason I'm going through this so quickly is so I have time to cover that last card in depth, which I think is going to blow your mind. So back over at the best card page, we're going to now look at the Airfare through the portal category. And the winners there are either of the Sapphire cards, which is the preferred, and the reserve. Now, the preferred has a lower annual fee. That's why it comes up as number one versus the reserve. So we'll just cover that one. We've covered the reserve a ton, so I'll give the preferred a little love. So Airfare in the portal is 5x, just like the no annual fee cards. Those were 5x too. The difference is with transfer partners on this card, where we don't care about annual fees, this one has a point valuation of 2.05 cents per point based on the pointguy.com's valuations. So with that gives us, instead of 5x, we're gonna earn 5x, but the value of those points are like you're earning 10.25x on Airfare in the portal. So for example, with the Business Platinum, where you're also earning 5x, didn't matter if it was in the portal or not, you were getting 2 cents per point. So it was only 10x in value, where this one comes out at 10.25x in value. So that's why you see it doing better than the American Express Platinum here. I do also have a very in-depth video on the Sapphire Preferred. You'll see that here on the website, and I'll make sure that that's linked below in the description. Okay, so now that we've covered all the best cards under certain parameters using transfer partners, we're gonna switch this up and now set our points redemption preference to travel portal redemptions. And again, this means all the points you earn, you tend to use those points in a bank's travel portal to redeem for travel. So some cards you're going to get 1 cent per point. Some cards you might get 1.25 cent per point in the portal, and some even 1.5 cent per point in the travel portal. So that can be a huge difference between transferring over to transfer partners and sometimes getting, 1.6, 1.7, even up to 2.05 like we saw with the chase points. So coming back over to the best cards section, we're going to do this all over again using travel portal redemptions. First, we'll hit Airfare with no annual fee cards. So we have that filter turned back on, no annual fees. And now the new #1 card replacing the autograph is the Connect at 4x. Now, redeeming its points in the travel portal, there's no extra modifiers. As you'll see, it's just 1 cent per point when redeeming for travel. So for here, what you see is what you get. You're going to, whether you use it in the portal or not, it doesn't matter. You're getting 4x on Airfare. Now, once again, I do have an in-depth video. I am doing my best Luke's points and miles pose here in honor of the GOAT. So you can view that video on the website, or I'm gonna link that video down below as well. And I go fully in depth on that and give you lots of opinions about the card. So now we're gonna come back over here to Airfare in the travel portal. And that is a familiar card for the first time so far, and the Freedom cards come in at 5x, beating the Connect's 4x. So again, and I'll click on the Unlimited this time, again, you get 5x on Airfare when purchased in the travel portal. You don't get any extra value, but if you did have another annual fee card like the Sapphire Preferred, the Sapphire Reserve, or even the Ink Business Preferred, then you will get an extra bonus on those points when redeeming in the travel portal. If you don't have one of these cards though, it's just 5x, but you can transfer these points to those cards, which will give you a better value, up to 7.5x on purchasing Airfare in the portal in value. I'll mention it again. I have a full in-depth video on the Chase Freedom cards, and I will also link that below. And for the last segment, where we're going to cover travel portal redemptions with Airfare, and it doesn't matter, Airfare in the portal or out of portal, this card wins. And this is the card I was building up to. When we don't care about annual fees, so I'm gonna remove this filter, one card shines way above the rest, and that's the Fairwinds Credit Union Visa signature. Now, normally I don't include credit union cards because they're kind of a niche card that credit unions are locked down to certain states, or you have to be a member of something. Fairwinds is actually super easy. I think it costs like $5 to $15 total to join the credit union. And once you're in, you can apply for this card. And that's it. That's it. There's really no other barrier of entry to getting this card. So that's why I'm including in this. It's kind of not fair because I normally don't include credit union cards, but this one is dead simple to get. And look at it, 7.5 doesn't even require a portal to get that. It has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 points when you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months of opening your account. Like I said, there is an annual fee. It's $95, which isn't crazy. I mean, that's for a travel card that's getting 5x on all travel. And really, when you think about it, it's 7.5x, because when you redeem those points in the travel portal, you're getting a 1.5x redemption. That's kind of insane. It doesn't have foreign transaction fees. Like I said, access to a travel portal. The only downside is there's no ability to transfer these points to any kind of transfer partners. But they make up in the fact that it's a very low annual fee for a travel card, and you're getting 1.5x redeeming those points in the travel portal. So that means Airfare, you're getting 7.5x, car rental 7.5x, cruises 7.5x. Now, I'm old, a lot of you don't cruise, but I love cruises. Honestly, it's the only way to travel. It's like you go to sleep in your hotel and you wake up in a completely different city every night. It's amazing. 4-star hotel, free food, and it's great food. Depends on which one you go to. I usually do Oceanic cruises, but they're a little on the pricier side, but it is lavishing you with luxury. So 4.5 on dining. But then check this out, all other is 3x. All other 3x. That's the dream. I mean, you're guaranteed these points as long as you're just using them for travel. It's not like you have to worry about transfer partners and all that. 3x on all other. Crazy. And yes, you're earning 2x, but it's a guaranteed 1.5 when you redeem in the travel portal. So it may as well be 3x. And by the way, shout out to Richard Blake for bringing this card to my attention. I think the only person I saw that has done any kind of meaningful review on this card is Matt Clausen. Shout out to Matt Clausen because he has a great channel. Go check out his channel. Richard Blake, he also said that he does get 5x on toll fees when he uses the card for toll fees. Also, amusement parks is on the website. So travel does include amusement parks. It includes toll fees because he's saying it's ringing up for 5x on his toll fees. I don't know about anything else. Usually if you're getting 5x on toll fees, then you're probably gonna get that for parking and for buses and stuff. So I'm not sure if that covers that. If anybody else knows what all it covers, let me know and I'm happy to put that on the website as well. I just don't have any confirmation on any of these other sub-transit categories, but I will put that on if I can get some confirmation on that. As for benefits, you get primary auto rental collision damage waiver. Primary. That is also the dream. You use this card to rent your car that you're gonna get 7.5x on when you're renting it. And then you get primary auto collision damage waiver, so you don't have to buy their silly insurance when you're renting the car. It's covered by the card. It also offers some cell phone protection. Again, you're getting 50% more value on the points redeemed for travel. That's that 1.5x I was referring to. And then even some travel protection. So you get lost luggage reimbursement, travel accident insurance, trip cancellation and interruption insurance, and trip delay reimbursement. And then for application rules, like I said, you do have to make a donation. It says $10 here, but when I went to go do it, it was $5, and then you needed like a $10 minimum deposit in the account. And then that will open up your Fairwinds credit union account. And then once you have that, you can apply for the card. If you meet any of these other requirements, you don't need to do the donation. It is a Florida based credit union. So if you don't meet the other criteria, you can become a member by contributing to the Fairwinds Foundation. Fairwinds covers a $10 donation on your behalf to facilitate the membership. I saw $5 on the website when I did it yesterday, but again, it's around $5 to $15 total to just open up the account. And then once you do that, you can apply for the card. Just to bolster my point here, we'll do some card comparisons. Now I've got queued up on the card comparison page. I'm comparing the Fairwinds card to two other $95 travel cards. So we got the Sapphire Preferred and the Strata Premier, which are both $95 annual fees. The sign-up bonus, totally comparable. The Premier is in a special offer right now, but normally it's 60,000 points. Now the big positives for these two cards on the left are that they have the ability to transfer to partners. So you do have another avenue that you can take to redeem for more value on your points. But if you are that type of person that doesn't do that or isn't able to do that, you can't ever get enough points to redeem for the full rewards flight, then you're gonna be using those points in the travel portal. So if you're doing that anyway, this card is a monster. And so we'll look down here, obviously much better on Airfare, even Airfare in the portal. All other, you've got 1.25x versus 3x. Car rentals blows it away. The only thing that's better is Strata Premier car rentals because it has that crazy 10x on car rentals in the portal, which is awesome for a $95 annual fee card. But then on cruises, dining 4.5x, groceries, the all other is going to cover it, so it's pretty comparable. The only thing is if it's online groceries, then the Chase Sapphire Preferred is a little bit better, but this is groceries no matter where you buy them. Same with the Strata Premier. And then hotels, way better. In the portal, hotels are, which is crazy for a $95 annual fee, the 10x on the hotels in the portal, great value there. Lyft, you're getting better because of the special. It would still be a little bit better even if it didn't have this limited Lyft special. Parking and ride sharing, still better, even though it doesn't even have a category. It's covering that in the all other with 2x, converting up to 3x. Streaming is a little better on the preferred side. And then just, everything else, transit and travel, boom, 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 boom. Gas is better or equal than to the Premier, blowing away the preferred. So this is a great card when compared to other $95 annual fee cards. Now let's go over to the wallet setup comparisons and try some stuff over there. We'll just throw together another $95 annual fee setup. So we'll do the Chase trifecta, and then add another column. We'll add two columns, and we'll do that city trifecta, and then we'll just throw in the Fairwinds card by itself for now. What? Chase Preferred Trifecta, City Strata Premier Trifecta. You're getting a better net value with just one card. By far, look at this, $1,000 difference. That is insane. So you're not getting lounge access with the card, but you're not getting lounge access with these cards over here either. So when you're comparing it to a $95 annual fee setup, the Fairwinds does way better. I mean, it's insane, right? It's crazy. And then let's add in some 2 cash cards that are kind of fill in the blanks. It's even more. Look at that. If you add in the 2 AA cards with the Fairwinds cards, you're just total still $95 just to bring it up to a trifecta of sorts. You're killing these other 2 setups. It's crazy. So let's clear this one out. By the way, I added some new features since my last video. So now you have this little menu here. You can sort by name. You can sort by annual fee. It didn't really do anything because the names. So sort by name, sort by annual fee, and that'll put the no annual fee cards at the top. You can also drag and drop. So if you wanted a certain card in a certain spot, and the reason why that's important is because the cards at the top will capture a category before the cards at the bottom, any cards below it. So if you wanted, for example, if there was a tie between the 2 AA cards and you wanted the tie to go to this card instead of this card, put this card at the top, and then that will always be, and then you can see, oh, do I even need this other card here? If it doesn't hit any of the categories below, then maybe you don't need that card. But you can reorder those cards so that the top cards will hit the category first to see if you even need another card. So you can also right click on the cards now. If you want to go to view the details of that card, you can right click to move it up 1 spot, move it down 1 spot. You can also duplicate the card. So for example, the City Custom Cash, here, let me fill this in so it has something there. So the City Custom Cash, if you need multiple ones of those, you can just click duplicate now, so you don't have to keep typing it in 5 times. If you have 5 different City Custom Cash cards, you can just hit duplicate. You can also hit remove. The click to remove still works because that's usually the thing you want to do the most, is just get rid of cards, add cards, get rid of cards. So I left that alone. But you can do some quick actions just by right clicking on the cards here. At some point, I'm going to make it to where you can drag cards over to the other columns from the other column. Either copy them over or move them over will be an option. So haven't gotten there yet, a lot of work. So I'm now loaded this up with the reserve. This setup still does way better than the Sapphire Reserve Trifecta. Let's see, let's clear this out. Since this one is losing, we'll put the duo in here, capital 1 duo, still better, and then clear this out and do amex. So we'll do the amex quadfectas, still better. So this card, even without anything else, is beating all of these setups. Now, big caveat is that we are using travel portal redemptions as our preference. Now, there's a lot of people that use that as their preference because they aren't able to do transfer partners for one reason or another. So if that is you, this card is a complete monster. Monster. And it costs you 10, 15 bucks to apply to the credit union, and then you can apply to that card. All right, so what did we learn? The Fairwinds Signature Visa, who knew, right? This card is never talked about. Like I said, Matt Clausen's channel is really the only one. I think RJ Financial talked about Fairwinds as a bank, but didn't really highlight the card's details and how powerful it could be for your setup. But other than that, I really couldn't find anything on the Fairwinds card. So here's what I want to know from you. Do any of you have this card? Did you know about this card before I started talking about it? Like, did you know that it was this kind of a card? Or am I way off base? Is this card not very popular because of some reason that I am just overlooking? Put that in the comments too. Regardless, if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, go check out the website. It's completely free. Go have fun over there, do your own research, and we will see you in the next one.